Not sure if it's the original one, but this is what the fences looked like in the around 200 years ago, early 1800s. So this is my second time walking through this battlefield for the War of 1812. This is, forget what it's called, but we'll see when we get to one of the signs, but peak colors here in Dundalk, Maryland. This is at sea level by the Chesapeake Bay in Baltimore County. We're around 10 miles, 16 kilometers from home, which is, I think the house is more like that way. But it's been a really busy weekend. It's going to be busy the rest of the year. I shouldn't say this week's especially busy because we got a lot of new students, but so I decided, especially with the sun, it's around it's like 4:45 Eastern Time USA right now. So it's still late night, early morning in the Philippines and Asia right now. But here along the Chesapeake Bay, yep, I knew this was War of 1812. Basically, the British were trying to get the United States, like back as a colony, but they were pushed back. But America also tried to get Canada in that war, and that didn't work out either. So, and it was there were some famous ship battles also near. There's some famous ones on Lake Erie near where I partially grew up in Buffalo. And we did make some content up that way at Niagara Falls. Thanks for all the watches and likes on that short we posted yesterday. I sat down, I trusted the process, and somehow it blew up like several hours, if not a half day after I posted it. But I'm just out here thinking, not just as a YouTuber, but just getting some exercise. I need, especially with the sun going down this early in the day. Like I just got out of, I walked out of my school, got out of my classroom around an hour ago. My school's only like, maybe 2 or 3 miles, around 5 kilometers as the seagull flies that way, or bald eagles flies, because we do have those around here too, especially in the winter. So just trying to get some steps. I mean, this is not intensive exercise. It's flat as a pancake here. And this is not a very long trail, but it's big enough that I can get my body moving for a bit. Thank you, Two Shoulders. So there's still a group chat active at work, so I'm seeing the notifications, but I'm not going to engage now. Just going to enjoy the beauty of the autumn and changing season here. So these are some nice leaves. These are a kind of maple. I want to say they're silver maple. In fact, yeah, I think they're silver maple. I know when they're green, you can see they're kind of silverish in the back. Oh, hi, Socrates. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for watching. Thanks for whoever gave that thumb up. So I'm out here. This is a historic battlefield from, it's almost as old as the United States is. It's from the War of 1812, named after the year it took place. And actually, it looks like, I don't know, I think they're taking the flags down right now over there. See the American flag and the Maryland state flag flying next to each other. Maryland one is the one that's the yellow and orange, like a Baltimore Oriole bird. So, okay, thanks for commenting, Muhammad Farzan. 6'7". This is 6'7". I know that's a meme, but you might be thinking of the Vietnam War that took place in the 1960s. 6'7" is also, I know, when it's called the 7 Years' War in Europe. It's French and Indian War here. That's when that ended, and that kind of led to the American War for Independence. But this is, we could say 1-2 or 1812. Yeah, I was kind of sharing, what's around me close, because I'm going to be really busy with work for the rest of the year. I mean, we'll do some traveling over winter break and hopefully spring break too. But just kind of showing there's some cool places you can go as almost like a hobbyist YouTuber. I wouldn't even call myself part-time. I wouldn't call Mrs. Johnson part-time. Oh, Bahasa, Indonesia. So you're from Indonesia, Muhammad? It's interesting, even out there, like the 6'7" meme exists, and I'm my 6 grandchildren and my 6 my 6 grandchildren and my 6 stepkids. Mrs. Johnson, the Asian woman with the old adventures children and family, they're in the Philippines near Indonesia. But sorry, I don't know how to speak. I mean, I can speak a few words of Tagalog or Filipino, but I don't know any Indonesian. So this is in Dundalk, Maryland. See, you can actually park. I didn't realize you could park in there. I just park in the neighborhood when I just getting in my steps. So, Bong Tujukin Bendara. I'm using my Filipino pronunciation there. Is that like asking how I am? Oh yeah, and Adnan Sheikh, thanks for commenting. Yes, hello. I wonder what time is it out there in that part of the world anyways, because I know it's oh yeah, it's a 13-hour, the clocks went back here in Maryland and east coast of the United States, so it's actually 13 hours behind in Philippines right now, and I'm guessing Indonesia and is like similar to Malaysia. It's like an hour behind the Philippines, correct? Which would be 12 hours, which would be like around 5 a.m. there. Yeah, Philippines, it's almost 6 a.m. So I guess my family is waking up. All right, you guys can chat with each other in the comments, but so this is just a short live. I'm just trying to keep my my activity consistent in YouTube. Again, it's like I'm almost like a hobbyist YouTuber. I just do it for fun. You know, it's something that and playing with my cat Chester and bird watching is kind of what keeps me busy between days as a special education teacher at work. And I'm right near my school right now. And I had some fun with the kids. We had an outdoor event and I got to draw with some chalk. You know, I was really supervising the kids, but I was playing with the younger kids. I mean, I do 5th grade. Small groups push and pull out, so I didn't, you know, they're not really playing as much, but, you know, I always got to take a break, whether it's like part of, you know, and my school is good about building in breaks and fun stuff for the teachers so that we don't, you know, so that we just don't get overwhelmed and stressed. But just doing this, getting in your steps after the, after work, because it's getting dark very early. So it's kind of, you can see the 200-year-old, I mean, I think it's a replica, but you can see the 200-year-old fence, or what looks like it would have been, with a modern 7-Eleven behind it. And the trail actually continues this way. Let's see how far. You can see some interesting, this is a suburb of Baltimore called Dundalk. That's where I teach, and that's for Baltimore County Schools, which is Baltimore County surrounds Baltimore City, except for on the far south. That's Anne Arundel County. But yeah, I didn't know this part. This is a historic battlefield. It's just a preserved place where I've read the signs before. I think at the Battle of North Point, the American soldiers I think they pushed the British back towards the ships. And we're actually very close to where the Star-Spangled Banner was written by Francis Scott Key. And that was like from the same war. It's related to this spot, but it's not directly related to this spot. Yeah, North Point State Battlefield. So this is technically a state park, but it's absolutely free. It's free to get in, and you can just walk around. It's not very much of a walk. In fact, this is as far as it goes here. You go any further, you can see this is classic Dundalk, Maryland, the Mega Discount Center. Never been in there, but I think shout-outs to Lola and Chester, Chester's grandmother, Lola Nana, my mom. When she comes down next to visit, we can check that place out. And that Drug City over there, it's like a pharmacy. It's a little bit of everything. That's like, I mean, it's not quite as historic as this, but that's like a throwback 7 years ago. Around when speaking of my mom, when she was like a very little kid. All right, so then you can see the modern era 7-Eleven. And again, these fence, I think it was so expensive to make nails, or to get the metal to make nails back then. I think they just like they wove in the wood, like they weaved it almost like a fabric, and they had to zigzag so it would weave. This also makes for a good defense too, because I mean, when this battlefield was actually a battlefield, the people had they had like antique guns called muskets, but they weren't. But you know, there's no heavy duty like grenades or tanks or. I mean, there's no drones, obviously. Not even Air Force. I mean, the ships had cannons, but I doubt they dragged cannons out into this field. So, just kind of showing off different spots around Baltimore as we get through a busy school year, and hoping we have a lot more travel from further away to come. Our travel content will be mostly Niagara Falls and just like fall stuff from that road trip we took a few weeks ago. And then I'll just go back. I'll do like a travel memory throwback. Like, hopefully I can do one once a month, and then I'll still be posting Chester's Playhouse. Not posting any Chester's Playhouse or Chester Playhouse, meaning like with my cat. Just playing with his silly toys. Okay, this does kind of... okay. Yeah, we can exit this way before we end this live. Actually, this is interesting here. These are like seeds. They'll make more trees if you plant them. These are beautiful, but they're poison. They're poisonous berries. When I was growing up, we called them bird berries. Bird berries because only birds can eat them. But if the birds eat them, they poop out. When they poop, the seeds go and sprout and make new bushes. And then this is nice right here. All right, so I'm going to... Let's see, where was that yellow tree that I'm actually, guys, I'm going to end the live here because I want to take pictures for my wife, the lovely Asian woman with the old adventures, who this YouTube channel is named after. But thanks again for all your comments. I'm sorry if I butchered Indonesian, but appreciate all the love here. And we will see everyone later. We're going live every so often, posting shorts, so we'll keep this going no matter how busy things get at work. Even if it's just taking a walk near where I work at a few times a week. See you later. Thanks for watching, like, and subscribing.